Well, look at this. I got an empty bay. That trailer's been in here for the last couple of years because I've had the clapboards in there. So now that I've got this bay freed up again, actually what we'd had was we had the B was over here and the trailer was in that one because this bell saw here sticks out too far to put the trailer on this side, so it was over there. But I had the John Deere backed in under here. But now we got an empty bay. I just pulled a few weeds there. I didn't get enough rock to stop the weeds from growing. And yeah, I started weed eating, but I ran out of fuel. You know how that stuff is. But anyway, the beast that's supposed to be on the cover that isn't is down here. And I'm not positive, but I think the last time it was ran was the fall before COVID. So it's been sitting there for about 3 years. And it's time it got put back on the cover. So I'm going to come down with a tractor, throw it underneath this ball. We'll back up this old trailer, kind of kitty corner it in so that we can get to this. I'm going to hook a chain onto it and actually pull it backwards, get it out of the weeds. And once we get it pulled back here, we will drain the water out of the rear end, drain the water out of the we'll do the transmission, then we'll do the crankcase. And once we get the crankcase drained, we'll see if it turns over and see what it looks like. It might start, it might not. It's been quite a while. Well, we're going to be looking through a dirty windshield, but that's all right. Put her down low, see what happens. Good, tires are turning. I don't know if the brake drums will be stuck or not. I don't see any hornets flying. That's a good thing. I'm actually underneath the drawbar, so might be able to just skate it right sideways instead of getting off, and maybe not. She is going to turn herself, I guess. But I got to get out and do some adjusting. Well, as you can see, I had to use a bungee cord for a second driver. But the front tires are real slack, but they're not completely flat. They're close. Yeah. I actually don't know if it turns over yet. I haven't tried it. Let's see if she'll turn a little bit. Oh yeah, not even soft. Yeah. So I'm gonna go get some tools. We're gonna drain the water out of the base here. I'll be back. Yeah, I just loosened that with a wrench. Let's see how much water there is in it. That's only about a half a thread from falling out. So what I'll do is I'll just leave it like that, and it's just water. And when the oil comes, which is thicker, it'll just go right down to just an occasional drip. So I've got that dripping. I'm going to go get a 3/4 breaker bar and pull the plug on the back and see if we can't get some water out of that. That oil plug there is the front sump of the transmission, and you want to make sure you drain that one. I haven't got to the back one yet. I thought while I was laying down here I'd get them both going. And as you can see where that plug is, 3/4 drive extension, just to get up by the framework here, makes it easier. And that's draining pretty good. I'm not catching it to see how much water's in it. I would imagine probably got a gallon or two. It's been I think 3 years since I've run it. So I gotta wait till the engine is actually done dripping the water, and then I can start frigging around up here. I don't want to turn it over and pull water through the oil pump. So I'm not saying it isn't going to have some water in the pump to begin with, but I don't want to pump any more than I have to. A little bit, I could care less, you know. Well, this one here is the lowest tire on the tractor as far as pressure. 6 pounds. Not bad after setting for 3 years. So up to 10. Don't take much air really with these big tires. I say big tires. They're small compared to a lot of tractors nowadays. Don't take too awful much to fill them up. 11. I'm going to go to 12. That's what I always run on them. That might be a little extra, but no, actually still ain't there. But anyway, we're still draining water. It's gone close enough. I ain't even going to check it. So that issue is done. The fronts were low enough they didn't even register. So still running water steady on all 3 of the petcocks, or the plugs. As you can see, I increased the flow of this quite a lot right here. Been going for probably 4 or 5 minutes, and the other ones are still dripping pretty good. Just in case you're wondering how much these will make, I bought a John Deere 8 that had sat for probably 10-15 years, and it had put enough ice or water in the back that it froze the housing and broke. So they can do damage if you don't drain them occasionally. This one here might have been getting close to that. You know, a lot of water. So I estimate I've drained at least 1 gallon out of this already, and it's been about a half hour running. And anyway, well, we're just starting to get oil mixed in, so we'll close that one up. That's good. There's still probably 1 ounce left in there that, you know, but I ain't gonna worry about it. That'll mix in with the oil. As you can see, the oil's pretty black, but that's all right. Come on, I'll turn you over. Yeah, the engine's been drained. I didn't lose much at all on the ground. Now I got to keep an eye on these, and yeah, I'm probably not going to show you when I put them in, but anyway, I'll bring you back. Okay, let's see what we got here. See if I can hold that steady enough that you can see. Couldn't see it. There is a spark there, but it's blue and it's just a quick crisp one, and I don't think the camera's going to pick it up, which is hard to believe after setting for 3 years, but that's not a bad thing. So we'll pull that out. Pulled my temporary spark plug wire out. That back in. Now I turned on the fuel and ran some through, but haven't choked it yet. So let's give it a little choke. See what happens. Huh. Probably it's too stale, the fire. Well, we know we've got spark. I'll frig with it here a little bit. Yeah, we got her on full throttle, which is good, but we'll slow it down about half. It's still going to hold it wide open. It just won't go so crazy. Whew. It's almost like a workout. Of course, it doesn't turn over quite as free as it usually does because it's been setting so long, but it's all right. Hey, we're going down to a slower drip. I'd say that front one right there is coming on to oil. I got to shut that up. I'll get these shut up. Well, Carol's going to give me a tow now that she's home. Tried. Maybe we need a little choke. Put her up about half. See if it'll do any different. That old fuel is kind of tough. I think the fuel's too old. I'm gonna have her stop here for a minute. Guess better put the brake on. Take the choke off. I definitely get enough fuel through it. It may come to it if we tow it far enough. You never know. But I would say I might have to drain the fuel out. Going to fourth, so it'll turn it a little faster. You can see the fuel coming out. It's getting plenty of fuel. We'll let her tow it with the throttle pulled back for a minute. I think the fuel's too old. I'm going to have her stop up in the other way. We'll change the fuel in it. Okay. See what the fresh fuel does. gas cap on. That's how much fuel it had in it. It's pretty stale. So while she's running good, I'm going to go pack her in the shed. If I had more time, I'd hook her onto the harrow, but I'm just going to put it away. Like I say, I've been neglecting her for a few years. And yeah, it was good that Carol towed me around one time because it freed up stuff. And if you're thinking the stacks are a little short, they are. I went ahead and shortened them up so that they would go in my shop before I put the addition on. That way I can drive it in without taking the exhaust off. So it's got a little short, stubby exhaust. Yeah, she's doing all right. It's funny how some people say magnetos aren't any good, you know, they give you trouble. This one here, there's some JB Weld on the cover. When I bought this tractor, they had a car battery set up here on the side. What they were doing was running it, just using this for the points. They had an external coil, all kinds of shit dumped onto it. And see if I can do this here one-handed. I should have shut the fuel off, but that's all right. So, as you can see, that's a little close to you, backing in. But, so I'll tell you the story on this magneto. Kind of an interesting thing. So, you can see the JB Weld right here. When I bought this tractor, they had a car battery out here, and they had a, I don't remember where, I think the coil was up here, bolted to one of these things somewhere. And so I didn't know what was wrong with it. When I bought the tractor, I went over, I took the mag off, went home, frigged with it for 10 minutes, had a good hot spark. I said, well, shit, I don't need a car battery. So I went down to the local store and I got some JB Weld and I put some tape over it and I taped that, fixed that cap, put it back together. And that was in 1992. And that mag has been running flawless ever since. And it sets out in the weather. We've had 40 some inches of rain this year. You know, I know guys, they look at a mag and it's got moisture in the middle of it. Or, you know, there are guys, you can see somebody at some time had a tin cover over this. You know, if the damn thing's got a gasket in here and things are right, yeah, don't have to worry about it. But anyway, yeah. So this is the 1944 John Deere A. The serial number is 532288. And if we wipe it off, you can't hardly see it on this. But you, I mean, I've had all this stuff off so you can look at it. But 532288 is the serial number, year 1944. I put it right behind there. Yeah, 1944. She's been a good old girl. I've had it since 1992. Bought it in West Virginia. And I should be able to tell you the guy's name I bought it off of. Les Leidick, yeah, worked for him. Gene Rush, the guy's name was, Gene Rush. And he owned a construction outfit, and they ran 1940, late 40s D8 cat, and I ran an 1150 case in the oil field. And Les Leidick was the main man that ran that cat. And he could work after dark and run a blade like you couldn't believe. So anyway, so that's where this old girl come from, West Virginia. Anyway, just a quick little video. It runs. It's in the shelter here. And yeah, take care everybody. We'll see you on the next one.